Welcome, welcome, welcome to Ready, Set, Collaborate podcast, episode 10 with my girl, Kathy May. I am so excited about having Kathy May on my podcast. She is one of my actually beginning of my networking journeys at Gusty Girls. So, hey, Kathy.
Hi, Wanda. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't do it without you, girl. I tell you, I did. You definitely brought me out along with Christine Powers, who actually introduced me to Experience Connection. So I've been on a journey, Kathy. I've been BNI, um, Gusty Girls. I was introduced back with Cami, and when I went to Gusty Girls, that's when I met you. And I've been with you, Kathy, for over God, was it 5 years, 4 years?
It's been
Can't
a
remember.
long time.
Yeah, I've been with you ever since then. So you can't get rid of me.
Absolutely not, ever.
So, but no, welcome to this episode of the art of networking and collaboration. And that is so important in today's world today. When you're networking, that's how you actually network, but that's how you get friendships as well. So, but let me tell you a little bit about Kathy. Kathy May is originally from Houston, Texas, and relocated to Atlanta over 30 years ago. Kathy worked in the residential property management field for 15 years, serving as residential and area manager in Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas. She was a candidate for certified property management in Atlanta. Kathy served on the Atlanta Apartment Association membership committee for 7 years. And let's see, I'm just making sure I have my timer on here. Over 7 years. Currently, Kathy works in the residential mortgage industry as a licensed loan officer for 18 years. She works on Bohannon team with the nationwide lender Movement Management. They are one of the top ranking teams in Georgia. And you know what, Kathy? You're a busy lady. You're definitely busy. So, Kathy has a zest for life attitude. Yes, she does. A true passion for helping people and a natural networker. Kathy started a local networking chapter with the national networking organization that was part of that for many years, which is still thriving today. Through her business journey, she saw there was a need to help women support other women in business. Therefore, she created a monthly women's networking dinner group called Gusty Girls at her friend's local restaurant, Gusty's Grill in Akron, Georgia. 13 years later, the group is still going strong. Yes, it is. It's been 13 years, Kathy. Oh my
Can you
God.
believe it?
Yeah. Kathy's interests include her love for networking, race cars, skydiving, hiking, walking, and practicing her photography skills. She also enjoys working in her yard, especially if it involves cutting trees or burning wood, tending to her rose bushes and fig trees in her garden, and spending time with her pet birds, and cats. So, Kathy, welcome to Ready Set Collaborate podcast. And I actually named your chapter "The Success of Networking and Creating Gusty Girls." So, thank you for being on my show. I truly appreciate it. So, I'm
Thank
going to
you.
ask you a few questions, but you want to say a little bit more about yourself? I think I said a lot about you here.
I think you covered it.
Great. So, I'm going to ask you some questions here, and you can tell us a little bit more about how you got into this. But how important do you think networking is for collaboration, and why?
I think networking is absolutely essential because people are way more likely to do business with someone they know, like, and trust. So even if you have never met someone, if one of your good friends gives you a glowing recommendation with someone they have done business with, you instantly feel more familiar with that person. For example, any good friend of Wanda's is a great friend of mine.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And people
Uh,
cringe when a stranger hits them with the sales pitch. That's why it's important to connect with others through friendships you already have.
yes, it really does. And thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Now, can you share an example of a successful collaboration that emerged from networking connections?
Sure, we connect in a monthly meeting, network meeting. And because of our consistency, friendships and relationships naturally grow and develop. So we have an abstract artist in our group, and several members of our networking group have shown up in person to her art studio. And there was a day where our very talented
Yeah.
author, Shanna, scheduled a time to come view Mahira's art studio. When she walked into the studio, the first thing she saw was a 5 foot painting of a mysterious forest. And
Yeah.
her book series is called The Elemental Union. Just happens to be set in a mysterious place called the Midori Forest. Shannon was blown away with Mahira's talent and the depth of the painting, and it drew her into her fantasy world in her book series.
Mm.
So Shannon was so taken from this painting that she purchased it on the spot. And Mahira decided to name the painting Midori Forest to honor her writing. And Shannon decided to make this painting the front cover of her third book, which is in the process of being written. After collaborating, we planned an event called A Festivity of Art and Literature to help celebrate these two artists and their work. It's really great.
That's awesome. And I saw that painting that Harris she did for Shannon. What a beautiful painting, and also Shannon's book. So that is definitely an example of collaboration. But I mean, that's one collaboration, but we've had so many other collaborations that we've done with each other. So it's a blessing to be able to have that connection and the networking that you do. Because like you said, you need the networking in order to collaborate with other people. And like a lot of us, I've never did it before. Well, I was in corporate. You know, I did corporate. So I know I didn't know how to network, and I had to learn it through BNI. And BNI actually helped me to be able to get out there and do that one-on-one, the relationships that you build with that. And Kathy, building that relationship with you and the ladies there, it's just been like a friendship that you can always count on. And that really what brings, it's just not about business. It's about how we can help each other, as far as the compassion, right? Would you agree?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's just one of the stories. There's many over the
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
It really is. It really is. So it's been a journey for me because I'm gonna tell you, Kathy, I said I would never do this. I would never do that. I would never do podcasting. I would never write a book. And God said, "Oh, yes, you will." And I've just been following his lead. So he's been following me. I've been following his lead to do what he asked me to do, his plans for me. So thank you for that answer and that collaboration, a story of that there. So let me ask you another question. So what strategies do you recommend for building and maintaining strong professional network?
I think you need to learn to be a good promoter of other people's businesses. Ask questions, learn about different products or services they offer, find out who their ideal customer is, and in general, take a serious interest in someone's business. When you do that, people will naturally want to send referrals your way as well. And sometimes something as simple as remembering someone's birthday or attending their event or even giving them advice. So
Mhm.
there's many things that you can do.
It really is. And I tell you, like you said, that Kathy is actually one of my clients with Legal Shield. Having the assets and telling what our business is and how we can help each other. That has been a blessing with us. And being with Kathy and other networking groups for over 5 years, it has been a blessing for our business, a blessing as far as helping me to relationships and friendships that I receive from that. So thank you. I appreciate that. So let me ask you something. Another one is about how can networking help individuals or organizations access new opportunities for collaboration?
Well, when everyone in the group invites guests to attend the networking events, we're extending our reach of people who know us and who are familiar with what we have to offer. And, like, for instance, this podcast is an actual example of us collaborating on a project outside of the networking meeting. After all, Wanda, if we would not have networked together, I wouldn't be on this podcast right now. So the possibilities are literally endless.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It really is. So the different, and then some of our networking groups intertwine with each other, and the same people that you meet at that networking group, you may be at this networking group, and they call me the networking queen. The reason why I'm a networking queen now because I am a natural born social worker. I like to connect people. So when I see people, and they've been asking me, Wanda, what networking group can I go to? And the good thing about it is that it's so many that's out there, but with your group, you have like a one close, like a one person close about if they do different business in that, you make sure that they get the acclimates of actually telling us about their business instead of having someone who does the same business. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it makes a big difference when we have that there. So yeah, the possibilities, like you said, are literally endless. They are endless. So let me ask you another question here. What are some common challenges or obstacles in collaborative projects and how networking can mitigate these challenges?
Well, some common obstacles are nobody knows what you have to offer.
Mhm,
People are not aware of your ability to help them. People may not see how your service or products can impact them.
mhm,
And some people are just too shy or hesitant to promote themselves well. And
mhm.
networking helps each of these obstacles by over time, the people in the group become more aware of what you offer and how it will impact them. We give many presentations that explain and demonstrate the details of our business. So we begin to really see the expertise of the people around us. Also, when you're surrounded by a welcoming and encouraging group of women, even shy people relax and come out of their shell. So
Mhm.
strangers turn into friends and friends turn into business associates. It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. And shyness, I mean, especially because I remember Shannon, you talked about Shannon before, how she was shy, coming in and just bring that out. It really makes a big difference. I mean, I've always been when I go to networking, because I go to a lot of different networking events, when I see somebody standing on the side or they feel shy, I try to go up to those people to make them feel comfortable, in their surroundings. So it makes a big difference. But you know what, Kathy, that's the social work in me. That's the type of person that I said I want them to get involved as well. So I'm going to ask you something else outside of it, going back to the other one. Now, I know you did BNI, right? What networking groups have you done?
Mostly BNI, and I've gone to XC before and some other networking groups in the past, but I am now just participating in the monthly Gusty Girls and doing my own marketing outside of that.
Hmm. Exactly, exactly. So no, that makes a big difference when you actually branch out because I'm telling you, another networking I actually got into was the Florence networking. So I'm part of that as well. So yeah, I
Awesome.
guess I guess I'm the networking queen. I jump around. I'm like a little bunny hopper, jump around. But
There's a
that's
lot
how,
of opportunity out there. So I encourage everyone to find a group they feel comfortable with. I mean, I was up to like 4 and 5 different networking groups at one point in time, and I had to dial it back. But I really enjoyed the opportunity to meet new people. And it's comes real natural to me to network.
yeah, it really does. And it really does make a big difference with that. So, but let me ask you another question.
Okay.
Right. How can you provide some tips for effective communication and relationship building within those professional networks, just as we were talking about, Helen? How can you provide tips for that?
I always suggest to find opportunities to get together outside of the meetings because when you're one to one, face to face with people, they can get to know you a lot better and feel comfortable in referring their clients to you. Always try to be a better listener. Make it a point to be familiar with each person in the group and learn about their business. And I can tell by my networking, has gone to the next level is when I trade phone numbers with people in the group because when someone's in your cell phone, that means that you formed a personal relationship. So you go from a stranger to acquaintance, then acquaintance to being a friend. And Zig Ziglar said it best. You have everything in life you want. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want.
I love that. I love that because that's exactly what, God always blesses you when you help other people. And that's why he made me be a social worker. He had me be a social worker. But that is the Zig Ziglar said it all. And he did say it best here. So I really appreciate you telling us about that. But now I want to get into your business. What do you do for your business?
So I'm a licensed loan officer with Movement Mortgage. I've been in the business for 18 years. I work on the Bohannon team, and we are one of the top performing teams in Georgia. We are a national company, and I help John Bohannon work side by side with him to set up the mortgages and service the clients and get everything going with their programs and file. And then John and I work and close the deals and um, take them to the closing table. John is excellent at you know, finding the programs and working out scenarios. We get a lot of referrals for turn downs from banks and other mortgage companies that can't actually close the deal because they just don't have the tools to do so. And it's a blessing. We just treat it, we're very humble and we treat it as, every client that comes across to us, across our path to help them. And we're very successful with that. So we're actually growing our team this year. We are going to be very busy, which is a blessing. And we just give all the glory to God, honestly. So
Yeah.
that's where we stand.
Yes, I tell you, the busiest girl, I tell you, I'm working 12, 13 hours a day, So
Monday through Friday, you can count on me.
exactly. And that's what I like about you, Kathy, because you help other people because sometimes the banks, too big of banks don't approve you. And I went through that with a bank that I had before, and I said I would never deal with that bank again. So thank God I was able to refinance with another bank I never heard of, but I've been with them for over 5, 6, maybe 6 years
Mhm.
to intertwine my second mortgage with that mortgage. I told the guy, if you can bring both of these together and a lower interest rate, then I do it. And I did. But I wish you were around before Kathy. I started doing this because I definitely would have came to you to help me do that deal. So I encourage people to definitely reach out to Kathy because she has a wealth of knowledge as far as even helping and the passion that she has. It makes a big difference, how she can help other people to get their mortgages, especially now. So let me ask you something too, right now, as far as how are the interest rates?
Rates are coming down. They were higher not long ago in the mid sevens. They're now around mid sixes. We do anticipate the rates to go down a little bit further. I know a lot of people were on the fence for buying, but here of people last year that purchased a home, we have a no lender uh, fee refinance for those people. And so we anticipate of mortgages this year and to increase. So we're super excited for the opportunity. The rates are ebb and flow, but they are headed down. They won't be in the threes again that we anticipate, but anything lower than 6.5 is a good thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. I remember I started at 7% when I moved here to Georgia,
Right.
and now I'm down below 3%. So I'm good because I'm gonna tell you, Kathy, the rents today, you might as well buy a house because the rents today are $2,000. I said, what for 1 bedroom? Oh my God. So yeah, so this is it's best to really contact Kathy and let them get you find the loan that you need to get your dream home. Right, Kathy?
Absolutely. We'll be happy to help.
Yes, yes, definitely. So, but thank you so much for being on my show. But I wanted to actually tell the audience how they can contact you.
Thank you. Okay, well, you can contact me, cell phone number 770-653-1301. My email is Kathy, Kathy .may, M-A-Y, @movement.com. And our website is newloanteam.com. And that's how you can find me.
Awesome, awesome. That is so that is great. And I definitely encourage you to definitely reach out to Kathy because she would get that loan approved for you. She would definitely get it approved for you and get it going, so you can get into your new home, right, Kathy?
Absolutely. Now's the time. Thank you, Wanda.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for being on our podcast, Ready Set Collaborate. So make sure you audience, make sure you subscribe, follow, and share these podcasts, Ready, Set, Collaborate with Wanda Pearson. And also go on my YouTube channel, WD Pearson Associates, to subscribe to my channel because also the videos are going to be on there as well. I definitely encourage you to listen to these podcasts because we have some incredible experience, expertise that share their tips and share their information. So until next time, episode 11. And we're actually going to be switching over to another series, which is the book, The Art of Book Collaboration. And that's how I actually got into writing my own book. So stay tuned for the next episode of Ready, Set, Collaborate. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wanda.